Alright, welcome back to Final Fantasy 3. On the last episode, we went through this Temple of Time. Pretty dangerous area if you're not careful. They like to hit you with lightning, and that can completely wipe you out if you're unprepared for it. Uh, got an encounter right before I started the video and actually leveled up. And you can start to see the difference in HP between Rafia and Art. So yeah, always keep in mind, depending on your job level and vitality. Look at that, 1739. So that explains why he has so much more HP. But yeah, I don't care much about 9,000 HP in this game. It's a complete overkill. But I'll get more on that when we fight the Iron Giant. Alright, now it's time to get something pretty important this episode. Once we get the stuff in this episode of the Let's Play, we'll be able to explore quite a bit. We'll be able to explore this, for example. But we can't access that right now. Alright, first order of business. I already forgot. I think this is not it, but let me double check. Is this it? Okay, no. We'll be coming here in like 5-10 minutes. You gotta go somewhere before you go there. But make note of that. Let me open up the map. Yeah, it should be a cave to the south somewhere. I always get those two mixed up for some reason, but... Alright, where is that cave? You probably already stumbled upon this cave already, but... you can actually see that town up there, but that's Falkerbird, I believe. We'll get to that later. Yeah, you want to come here first? And you can actually come here before, but if you come here to the temple before going to the Temple of Time, you won't actually be able to trigger this. Because you need the loop. And my bard has a harp and stuff, but I guess that's not the type of music. Now I actually have the map opened up for this section of the game. This is like the one area that I just don't have memorized for some reason. Probably because I just don't care for it at all. And it's kind of in the way of something that I really want, so... And she's awake. Got her little parrot with her. I need to work out these sore limbs. Oh yeah. Yunei, guardian of the dream world, at your service. The world of dreams was a good place, but I guess I'd forgotten how exciting the real world could be. And as for you, Doga told me about you in my dreams. We have to go get the Invincible. Yes, that is the main point of this episode. Because you can do stuff like that, crossing certain mountains will give you access to a lot of caves and villages we haven't visited yet. And we know exactly where the ancient ruins is at, so... What is a young man embarrassed to be seen walking around with an old crone like me? No, ma'am, not at all. Just stop staring and get moving. And like that, just like that, Yunei has joined the party. Yeah, we don't have too much to this Let's Play at this point. Oops, before I forget, here, take this. And I love the song that plays right here. Obtain the Fang of Fire. Now that's 3 out of the 4 fangs, I believe. We're still missing... I'm not sure if it's the Fang of Earth. Forgot. You must not lose this fang as well as the 2 fangs that you already hold. Yeah, we're still missing one. They are the only things that will enable you to get past the 4 statues that Xande created to guard the entrance to his tower. Now, I think I mentioned earlier, but when we were in that town, Amor, when I was on my Chocobo, I showed you that you can actually go like a bit north, but you don't want to do that because if you try to walk past those statues without the stones, you're going to get a game over. I don't know why the game did that, but... There's one last fang. Yeah, the Fang of Earth. To get it though, you'll first need to find the Invincible. Yeah, the Invincible is awesome. It does have one drawback though, it's incredibly slow, but... Yeah. You want to use the ship that you have now for the most part, but if you know you need to cross mountains, then you get on the Invincible. The Invincible is cool though, so you can rest up on the Invincible for free. Fat Chocobo, and it does have a few shops. And in fact, I want to get to that shop as soon as possible because you get awesome equipment. All right, parking our ship. There we go. That kind of worries me for some reason. There we go. Get this ship away from the mountain. When I was playing Final Fantasy VII once, I was walking through like the bridge, and my leg got stuck in like geometry. My leg basically got stuck in the bridge, and I basically soft blocked the game and had to reset, and I didn't save the game for a while. So stuff like that actually scares me. Some total bullshit, but what can you do? Striking Dreamworld stones against any material from this world, even adamantite, should annihilate both objects. Stand back. Here we go. Alright, so fair warning, the next two story-related like dungeons, I'm not gonna be fighting in the battles because it's a complete waste of time in my opinion. They give so little experience, they're annoying, the enemies like to divide. I really don't have the time for that. They give less experience than the Sunken Shrine or Bahamut's Cave, so I don't see the point in fighting. That was taxing, I sometimes forget my age. Come on, don't just stand there. The invincible awaits. Onwards. And don't worry about that, I'm going to be getting to that very, very quickly. Especially with this map open. Oh, no, take that shit off. Take all of that off. Go ahead and flee. No, not rear. Run away. Why do I keep clicking rear? Alright, yeah, these guys give horrible experience. I'm not even gonna bother. Alright, luckily I was able to run away. Not too much issue. Yeah, I believe this, yeah, like I said, this is the only area, well, this is the final dungeon. I'll have the map open, just to not waste any time. Reflect Mail. I think that increases your magic defense by a bit, but I don't want to equip that. I don't even think it's really by that much. It lowers your defense. Yeah, these guys are very annoying. Come on, man. Your level's like 90. Actually, you might be 99 by now. I should have made it that gave you a 100% success rate. 94. Yeah, I'm going to be turning him into a Viking very soon. I don't know. When I get my jaw level to 99, I just, I don't see the point in using I mean, it'll make the game trivial, like, because you have like a full... Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I do need to level up my Viking anyways, so when I fight Iron Giant, I want him as a Viking. So it's good to get an early jump start. Alright, so 3 shops, you definitely want to visit these. At this point, I want to always make sure I'm stocked up on high potions, because I won't be using a devout for the majority of this game. I probably will use one for the final boss because I really don't want to do a lot of grinding. Kind of want to beat this game at a decent level. All right, we have a lot of gil. In fact, I still have a lot of stuff to sell too, I think. So since I'm at this point in the game, buy this so I don't ever have to worry about these. This is I think it's used some in the Chocobo, Fat Chocobo. And I'm not sure if you use one of these every time you summon not summon a Chocobo, but grab a Chocobo in the open. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to sell. Look at that. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. I like selling those reflective mills. I think they sell for a lot. Alright, stuff like this I'm definitely not selling. Well, Thief's Gloves, I'll come back for that. Gauntlets, you've stated your usefulness there. I don't need them anymore. I don't have the Crystal Mill yet, so I actually want 2 of those for when I get my Viking. Diamond Mill, Viking Mill. Yeah, look at that. We're gonna go ahead and sell both of those. So that I don't like selling any of my Scholar stuff since you can't buy it. Kinda interesting why they never sold that in shops. Black Hole, I don't need that. Viking Helmet, I technically don't really need that, but I'm still gonna hold on to it. I'll keep that in case I need it for my knight. Alright, I'm at the point where I don't want to accidentally sell something. I'll just keep those two. Dual Tomahawk, I'll keep all of this. Deals lightning damage. Let's see. Alright, I'm not gonna sell this, but I will sell this. Main reason why I'm not selling this is because I'll pair this probably... Well, either this or the Dark Knuckles with the Hellish Claws. When I do decide to level up my characters for the Iron Giant, I want them to have as much HP as possible. Golem Staff. A lot of stuff, but I don't really need. Poison Dagger I don't need. Alright, that'll do it for now. I wanna see if I can... I should have enough gil to buy at least, I don't know, maybe like 10 shurikens. Actually, maybe a little more, like 12. The Iron Giant has like 200,000 HP, and shurikens is gonna be my main way of damaging him. I will be using the Lamia Harp as well, but... Alright, Defender... I already have one, but I'm gonna buy another one because that's stronger than the Ancient Sword, but the main reason why I'm putting that on is the +5 Vitality. Another Blood Lance. I don't even know if you can pair these two, because I already have one. You pick one up in the Temple of Time, I believe. Medusa Arrow. Let's go ahead and put that on. Vitality 39. Alright, 190. And Vitality 44. Cool. So yeah, what I like doing is having one of my characters at with a knight. It's one of my favorite jobs in the game. High vitality. Takes a while to get him doing pretty good damage, but it's worth it. Having a lot of HP and tanking. Alright, and just at this point, look at that, you can already buy the white robes. They can't equip the black robe, but the scholar and the bard can equip the white robe. Definitely want to buy this. Get 2 of those. Already have 2 diamond mills. Already have 2 diamond bracers. I'm gonna... Let me see. I'll buy one, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna need it. When I go to the final dungeon, I might just have Lunif as a Devour or something. I don't know. We'll see. Diamond gloves. Alright, well, I guess the only thing I'm actually equipping right now is the white robes. I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting to pick something up. 2 of these for the Viking. Well, actually, I'm going to give him the crystal shields and the Aegis shield. Diamond helmets. Alright, so you already have 2 diamond helmets, 2 diamond mails for the Viking, 2 diamond gloves. Yeah, we're fine. Alright, let me, he has the protect ring. I haven't played this in like 2-3 days. I just want to make sure my equipment is up to snuff. 58. That's the only thing about the thief. It's still an S tier job and my favorite, but like the equipment isn't like entirely busted with him. Let me see. Diamond helmet, diamond mail, diamond gloves. Alright, let me take a look at this. I always forget between intellect and mind, which I think intellect is black magic, if I'm not mistaken, and mind is white magic. Alright, so 32, 55. Alright, 32, 55. Look at that, increase the defense by quite a bit. 32, 55. Yeah, the mind went up by 3. Magic defense went up by a lot. Look at that. Magic defense 77. So at this point, I really don't have to worry about... Well, I can get it to 80 with like a protect ring and you can still get a protect ring and a ribbon to get that up to like the 80s. But the way she's equipped now, she can actually take particle beam from the final boss and it won't do too much damage. Especially with the Apollo Harp increasing my magic defense even further. Alright, which is nice. Her mind went up even more, so her magic is gonna heal even more. No, not that. The white robe. What did I have? Okay, defense goes down by 1, but who cares about that when your magic defense skyrockets? 77, 77, 36, 52. Ugh. Yeah, you can have the knight with really good physical defense, but the magic defense is not the greatest. Alright, now that you're ready and done with your shopping, we came from the left, so we're gonna go to the right. Just give me a sec. I was looking at the map. I do not like this level at all. It's a bit maze-like. Alright, go ahead and run away from this battle. And look at her showing up. Alright, so a lot of stuff to... What the hell? Oh, I forgot when you change your equipment. The hell? So he... Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna finish this fight since I'm already in haste. Where's Dreamharp? I guess just to show you guys that, these guys are really worth fighting. Yeah, look at that. 32 hits, 6,000. Or close to 6,000. See, this is the... Man, I cannot stand these enemies. But when they do divide, they, their HP is... I don't know, I think it's halved or something. And, oh, they hit pretty hard. All that for... Well, let's just see. 6,500, look at that. There's still better equipment to give him. In fact, I'll be picking something up for him very soon. The Gladius or something, I think it's called. Or is that a job level? Yeah, 5 more jobs, level points. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the experience, but it's not worth it. This dungeon. Or preemptive, we could use that. Try not to worry about these enemies. Alright, so a lot of stuff to pick up here. Of course you fell. Yeah, get out of here. Alright, I'm not gonna use this item, but oh my god, that was 2 steps. Yeah, I'm a bit spoiled by Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined. That game doesn't have counters right now. I'm doing a let's play of that. A blind let's play. And that game has kind of what Chrono Trigger and Dragon Quest 11 had going, where the enemies are on screen. And you can actually decide if you want to fight. Black Belt G for your monk. But I'm pretty sure you already have one there. I think they already sold one of those in shops. Alright, that right just leads to a dead end, but there's another chest up right. There's a lot of stuff to pick up here. But I won't actually be really using any of that. And these guys hit pretty damn hard. Alright, I'm not doing any fighting in here, there's no boss, so let's go ahead and do that, reduce the damage we're taking. Look at that, the regular cure did like 300. Alright, what's in here? A chakra band again for your monk. And more random encounters. A lot of stuff for your monk in this this dungeon. So if you're using your monk, you could utilize that, but a lot of this stuff is things we've already either picked up or seen in shops. Alright, cool. I haven't mentioned it yet, but in between this episode and the next episode, I will be doing some grinding. Because the first thing I do when I get to Bahamut's Cave is I go and, or the first thing I do when I get the Invincible is I go to Bahamut's Cave. Because that's where you get the most experience in the game. For like a single fight that isn't any trouble, really. There goes your Fairy Claws for your monk, or Black Belt. Yeah, the enemies, you can consistently get, I think it's 5,700 experience, which... better than pretty much anything else you'll find, but that's still gonna take a while. I mean, it's good right now, but... once I get to like level... like mid-50s, high 50s, I end up just leveling up each character at a time, because you get more experience and you can actually stand Green Dragon. Yeah, Unagi and Doga are pretty good support characters. but she's not gonna stay for a while. Which is unfortunate because I could have used her in Bahamut's cave, but oh well. And a lot of long, winding paths in this dungeon. I think I already picked up all the chests. I'm not sure. I'm looking at the map, and all the stuff to pick up was in like the earlier rooms. Oh, these guys are annoying as well. And they're also in the other dungeon, I think. Cave of Shadows. Yeah, this portion of the game I don't even bother fighting because this is a waste of time. A few battles of inside the Bahamut's cave is equivalent to like 20 battles in here, so in fact probably even more. They give such terrible experience. Alright, what the hell are these encounters? Damn it. Let me get to point A. I just want to get from point A to point B, but this game said fuck that. That was 2 steps, I think. Alright, very long winding path, and you're probably gonna get hit with an onslaught of encounters. Which is kind of weird because when you're playing these Final Fantasy games, you get a lot of it's unnecessary damage. When you're playing these Final Fantasy games, you tend to get hit with a bunch of encounters when you don't want to, and then when you're looking for an enemy, they never show up, so they definitely troll you with that. I do like with 13 and 13.2 did, where you can actually see the enemies on screen, because you don't have to deal with bullshit like this, but oh well. Yeah, this one's gonna be like a shorter episode. Oh my goodness. What the hell? I think I've literally, from like the end of the last screen to this screen, I've just encountered, what, 4 or 5 fights? It's ridiculous. And you guys need to be running faster than that. All this unnecessary damage. I thought this dungeon was gonna, even with all these encounters, I thought this was gonna take a bit longer, but we're actually nearing the end of I am curious though, because I've always wondered how the RNG and like RPGs work. Like, how is it coded? Is it just a random number generator, and once you hit a certain range, you just automatically get into a fight? Because sometimes you get lucky, and as you can see, sometimes you don't. Yeah, I'm getting absolutely trolled. I don't got time for this. Yeah, this section of the game, this ancient, whatever it's called, and then the Cave of Shadows, damn, he is pretty hard. Is probably my least favorite section of the game. That and the Garuda section. I usually just blaze through these sections. Oof, finally. Some decent steps without an encounter. I don't want to jinx anything. Alright, cool. I was gonna say, I don't think you get encounters in this room, but Jesus, that was insane. That was ridiculous. I think that was the worst the encounters have been this entire Let's Play. And look at that, cool little ship. Now listen up, the stairs over there are the way out to the surface. When you want to board the Invincible again, stand in its shadow and press the cross button. You'll see when you get near any mountains, press the cross button to rev up the engines and propel us over the hills. Press the circle button to stop it and take a break. You can steer the ship again. Yeah, we know all this. Put Gil in these thingies here and you can buy items, weapons, and even armor. I've also summoned Fat Chocobo in the corner. You can rest up in the beds over there. Yeah, I'm gonna keep using the thief until his level 99 job level. Then I'll switch him to a Viking and do that whole side quest so I can get his reward. By now, you probably already have a level 99 job if you stuck with one since the beginning of the game. In fact, if I was fighting in there, I would have gotten all of... I probably would have been 99 by now. Remember, go to the Cave of Shadows north of Amur. Yep, we know. Said maze with all those mountains. They gotta come to Doga's Manor once you get it. No. You could do that. That's the intended way, but the moment you get to the Cave of Shadows, you get the Fang of Earth, and you can actually get the Earth Crystal jobs early. But, I mean, you do have to fight a pretty tough boss. So just keep that in mind. In fact, let me see. I might just wait till I get the Earth Crystal jobs and then change into a Viking. We'll see. Because I need to take out that boss as soon as possible. Level 7 spells if you're still using a mage of some sort. In fact, I'm going to buy Kiraja because I will use a Devout. I've been thinking about it. For the final dungeon, I'm going to use a Devout. Well, not for the final dungeon, but like the very end of the final dungeon when you had to fight all those bosses. Esuna, that's expensive. I really don't care about this because I'll have ribbons by then. And I don't care about Reflect. Definitely don't care about this. It sucks. Well, I don't know. There's just something about black magic in this game. It's very good in the beginning of the game and it just falls off like crazy. In fact, I always feel like black magic is almost always like that. Unless you're playing like Final Fantasy VI where magic is just extremely overpowered. Alright, look at that. Attack 93. Very expensive, but... Damn. Game wants me to spend on my guild. Rune Axe. You know what? No, I don't need this. If I come up on some guild, I was thinking about giving this to my Viking, but... Alright, Dragon Lance. Actually, I'm gonna buy one of these. And if I think I already have something else that's 110. Dragon Lance is pretty good, but I don't have a dragon. Alright, before I forget, let me go ahead and put these on. 167. When I'm fighting into Behemoths and I don't need that air weakness. Attack 186. Now, even though their attacks are basically the same, look at the difference in job levels. Yeah, Luna's gonna be doing a lot more damage. No, you gotta stay in the back. Well, no, I'm gonna be grinding in Bahamut's Cave for a bit. And funny enough, I don't really grind too much for the levels. It's more like I want my HP to be at a certain spot. Alright, stock up on those. Definitely want to buy a lot of these. Oh, I don't need a lot of these. I'll buy 5 for now. In fact, you really don't even need to buy these because you have the teleport spell. If you have a white mage or scholar, anything that can use level 3 white magic. But just in case. Alright, let's go ahead and rest up. Yeah, since this episode's 28 minutes, I'm actually gonna take you guys to Bahamut's Cave and kind of show you something. If you find yourself underleveled, I'll show you how to get some good experience. And I think what I'm also gonna do is, let me see. Welcome to Magne Kupo. Yeah, look at all these letters. When you were babies. Oh, you want that 4th letter, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get that yet. Alright, so that's all the letters for Lunith. This can get a little annoying. You gotta constantly swap your characters in and out. Alright, and this is Ark's pen pal. Oh, only 1 letter. He is the one that you get the letter for the Iron Giant, I believe. You can't actually access the Iron Giant until you do all this quest. That's one of the main reasons why I like the DS version for certain reasons, but damn it. I think I've triggered everything I could trigger at this point. Yeah. I think you have to have the 4 fangs, you have to probably have access Eureka. But you can actually, it's kind of hard to time, but you can actually, because I don't like the back and forth, but you can time it so that you can access that legendary blacksmith before you do, I think, all of Eureka. I don't know. Again, that backtracking is really annoying, so I'm not gonna get it like super early, but I definitely want all that good stuff for the final dungeon, so. Alright, let me fix my formation. There we go. Did I rest up at the end? I wasn't paying attention to all that. Yeah, we're good. On to Bahamut's Cave. Now, unfortunately, they hit pretty damn hard in Bahamut's Cave, but... Oh, wait, there's one thing I want to check and show you guys. So, left Moogle is for males, but... male. This right Moogle, you can check your bestiary, only 47%. Which makes sense, I've been kind of running a lot from enemies. Alright, go to achievements, and look at that. Max damage 32,000. That's gotta be from my scholar. Yeah, I did not know it did that much damage, damn. I was thinking 15-20k, but 32k? Now I'm actually curious if it's possible to do all 9s, like Final Fantasy X, like 99,999. I'm guessing the most damage you could possibly do is either a full hit critical, maybe with your Onion Knight with 2 Onion Swords, level 99 job level, level 99. Or maybe like a level 99 player with the Onion Knight, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure about that. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Someone said you have to have like 1,000 enemies defeated for that quest. I'm not entirely sure if that's true. I hope that's not true because I kind of just run through this game, so mine's are gonna be lower than usual. That would explain why when I play this game, it always takes me a long time to get access to all those letters. But hopefully that's not the case. Alright, a lot of stuff to explore here, but I definitely want to level up a few times before I do any of that. So it's back to the floating continent. Funny enough, the best grinding spots are in the floating continent, not on this open world. There's the Bahamut's Cave and then also Leviathan. But I prefer the Bahamut's Cave. Cool music, but this ship is so damn slow. Alright, let's enter from the bottom right, because that's where Bahamut's Cave is at. I'll fight Bahamut some other day. Alright, if you remember, this is where we turned Mini that one time. So just make note of that. You're probably going to be coming here a lot. Now, there is this way where you can fight an enemy in the final dungeon that keeps summoning other enemies, and you can keep stacking experience. But I'm not a fan of that method because you're not leveling up your job levels in the process. You level up your job level 1 time, and you probably level up like 10 times. And that takes a really long time. It's really boring. Enemies will hit you in the meantime. I much prefer this method. Alright, Alright, let me see. I guess I'll, at this point, just use the last 3 saves. I pretty much already have a save point for everywhere else. But before I end this episode, let me just show you what I mean. The whole point of coming here before doing anything else. There's also some really good items here. Alright, everybody in the front row, you take this off, put Lucky Heart. Enemies hit hardier, so I want to kill them as soon as possible. And this first area is actually probably safer if you're low leveled, because you can actually fight 2 enemies. The second and third rooms always have 3 enemies. They always have 3 enemies, so keep that in mind. Or I actually had that air knife, so well, he's still strong enough to one-shot them, but if you put the air knife on him, he'll probably do like all 9s. And in fact, he can handle that one enemy by himself. You two should be able to take this guy out. I can't remember if they have anything good to steal. Look at that, 29 hits, all 9s. In fact, it probably did more than all 9s. And Rafia is able to one-shot that grenade. Now the other enemies have tougher defense, but look at that, 2 enemies, 3,800 experience. Lunatic gains a level. Now, the only annoying thing about grinding here is that there's an enemy here that likes to turn you to stone. So unfortunately, when I'm grinding here and I'm doing this by myself, I always make sure that someone has a ribbon. Look at that Heavenly Wrap. That will absolutely melt a boss. Alright, attack. Uh, actually, no, yeah, you attack. I don't think Arc is strong enough to one-shot these guys. Leave one alive so I can steal. Oh yeah, look at that. Pays off, man. Wow, 1,000 damage. That's ridiculous. But Arc you can defend. I don't think these guys have any magic, so. Alright, steal. Take you out. Actually, no. You just defend. Could increase my defense and all that, but not really needed. Alright, they only have a high potion. Look at you. Real cheap. Trying to get rid of my scholar. Alright, eventually this is a really good grinding spot because you can finish battles in one turn. If you have 3 ways of like killing an enemy, like 3 physical attackers, and Ingus can at least for now increase your attack. Eventually you can just have him healing. And you can just basically auto battle your way through here and level up very quickly. Alright, those 3 enemies I think gave 5,700 experience. Earthen Drums, that's another item for the Scholar to throw. Quake. The Heavenly Wrath was Lightning, Thunderga. I'm pretty sure those grenades just have high potions as well. This is actually not the area I'm pretty sure that has good stuff to steal. That's where you fight Odin. Man. It takes the knight a while to get good. In terms of like dishing out damage, but oh well. Yeah, this guy's hit pretty damn hard. You're pretty slow. I want to set this up so it's pretty much auto battle, but she might just knock out Valkorpa. Okay. The Jala was increased. Nice. I'm pretty much going to be loading all the chests here, so Phoenix Down, Arctic Wind. So I think basically there's a lot of Phoenix Downs, I think Elixirs and Arctic Winds, Chocobo Rafts, which do I already have one? I don't think I picked one up yet, but I'll go through this dungeon off screen. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I might just leave all those chests unopened so that when it's time to pick up Bahamut, I will show you all of the items here. But yeah, basically I'm gonna stay here for a while because as you can see, 5,700 experience. I think it takes like 20,000 for us to level up. I'll probably level up like 3-4 times. I don't know, maybe 5 times. I mainly want like 1,500 HP. That's like the sweet spot for me about this point. But yeah, I will definitely spend some time here. So yeah, that's gonna cut it for this episode. On the next episode, we're gonna take on the Cave of Shadows, which is a very annoying dungeon. A lot of good dark equipment for your Dark Knight, and eventually your Ninja. But some very annoying battles, so I'm gonna be running from everything. And we're gonna get the Fang of Earth, and then finally be able to change our jobs on the episode after that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.